Scribblenauts, the game where the only limitation is your imagination, and the technical limitations of the Nintendo DS. Okay, I don't actually know why. The game crashed. I'm doing something that the game does not like. The game crashed. I don't know what I did that it didn't like, but it probably was the tables going through each other if I had to guess. In theory, this leads to fun and creative solutions to new and interesting problems. In practice, I just spawned Jetpack and Rope to solve almost every level. So while replaying Scribblenauts games searching for a fun challenge in them, I kept spawning different items to try them out and never the same object more than once. Unless I got lazy and just spawned a Jetpack. But I quickly realized that was the most fun I've ever had playing the game, so I had an idea. Scribblenauts, the game where your only limitation is your imagination. Unfortunately for me, my imagination hates me. Can you 100% complete Scribblenauts without reusing objects? Just beating it wouldn't be enough to make this a challenge. Scribblenauts has 220 total levels, with half of those being action levels and the other half being puzzle levels. How speedruns define beating the game is beating the final action or puzzle level in the final world. Since speedruns typically like going fast, that means replaying the same quick level over and over to win allers, which unlock worlds. So you keep replaying the same level and just skip to the final world. And even then, 220 levels isn't that bad considering there are over 22,000 items you can summon in this game, which is kind of insane to think about. So I'll be getting a gold star on every level, which means I have to beat every level 4 times. Once to get the silver star, and then 3 times in a row for gold. During those 3, the game does something similar to this challenge, where you can't spawn an object you used during a previous clear. But you'll always regain the ability to summon them for other levels, or if you exit and try again. 22,000 items for 880 levels doesn't sound too bad until you realize how many of those items aren't very useful, to put it lightly. Like 346 different buildings, 455 different clothing items, and 1,020 different people. We will run out of useful items, but we'll take full advantage of anything we can, no matter how bad. So without further ado, University. Most tutorial levels don't even give us the option to summon. Until 06 tasks us with summoning an item to progress. It can be literally anything.
As long as it's a real-life physical object, not a place, proper name, suggestive material, shape, Latin or Greek root word, alcohol, race or culture, vulgarity, or copyrighted.
But I wanted to bless this run with the most powerful being that gets even more powerful every moment it's alive. Good thing whatever you summon here dies instantly. 09 requires us to summon food for the chef. Another principle of this run is to summon obscure things you wouldn't think of instantly whenever possible. Even something almost worthless is better than something almost worthless that you've never heard of in your life, as we can summon the prior without 100 wiki tabs open. So after chat told me to summon a Zucchini, we get to the final tutorial summon. 010 has alleged that Maxwell can't jump high enough up to get to the starlight. It's worth noting I'm playing on the collection, which added movement that doesn't make you want to black hole yourself. In the original game, you could only move with the stylist, making Maxwell's movements much more strict and overall terrible. The collection added face button controls, making me only want to tornado myself. They're just fun to ride. It's still terrible, but slightly less so. It also added a double jump glitch. At least I think it's a glitch. I can't really tell because all you have to do is jump by pressing up while pressing or holding left or right. Still in the air, let go of left or right, and jump again. I banned all major glitches for this challenge since being able to trivialize so many obstacles with such a powerful glitch goes against what I think will make this challenge interesting, meaning we'll still need a summon here. I chose hoverboard. Even though it sounds really cool, it's just a board stuck to the ground in this game.
Like, what if that's actually the only use for hoverboard?
to give me a slight amount of height. We only need to beat each tutorial level once for a gold star, but from now on, we'll need to beat each level 4 times. 1-1 action. Because this is an action level, the star is already spawned in at the start and Maxwell needs to get to it. It's stuck up in a tree he can't reach. Interestingly, this is another level that the double jump glitch would solve without summons. I typically go for the same type of solution with similar objects since I try to beat each level with as weak an object as possible. So here, instead of getting more height, I chose to knock the star rate down with stuff like tennis ball, because tennis ball is so terrible. I'll only show one solution to each level in this video for the most part, since they're usually similar and show a list of what I used for each clear after I talk about the level. Here's my favorite for this one. What about like a leaf? What if we used a leaf to get this out of a tree? Okay. I don't know why that worked so well, but there you go. Leaf. Runs over, we don't have a leaf. One, 2 action. Maxwell needs to press 2 buttons that open 2 gates, blocking him from pulling a lever that opens the gate the starlight is behind. This is the first actual level we can beat without summons. We just push 2 suspiciously placed rocks onto the buttons, opening our path to the lever and starlight. Beating a level without summons is the best possible score for this challenge. Not only is it cool whenever possible, it also saves us from summoning 4 things at a minimum, 1 for each clear. So I'll be beating as many levels as possible without summons, and some of the solutions for these are so crazy and funny to me. What? No, please. Oh, that is not how I expected that to... I have to rewatch that. And I want everyone watching to guess what percentage of levels I beat without summons. It's more than you think, but also, it might be less than you think. Pause the video if you need time to guess, and maybe comment below so people can make fun of your guess. I promise I'll heart it even if it's stupid. And hey, maybe subscribe too, that'd be cool. 1-3 action. Maxwell has the option to go over, dig through, or swim under the ground blocking him from the starlight. This is interesting to get so early, since it's letting us choose which form of movement is the least valuable to summon. For anyone wondering why not just swim without summons, Maxwell is strong enough to push boulders and most things behind said boulder, but he doesn't know how to swim. So he can only swim underwater by equipping swimming gear like a scuba tank. Digging items are by far the most valuable type we can't afford to waste here. There are only 14 of them in the game, and most of them aren't actually in the game. So if any level requires us to dig, we'll need to use 4 of them and run out quickly. We'll use other items to break dirt whenever we can, but for now, just not doing that is our best solution. Going above things is usually the best option. I tend to avoid things that give infinite height like wings or jetpack, but we can stack a bunch of useless items on each other and jump between them. Since I streamed this part, we didn't spend long on the level and tried summoning aquatic animals that are rideable. I'm not sure if you can go underwater with them. Oh! I just made a manatee sound. Oh, he's going all the way down though. Oh, he just killed someone. Oh man, oh, I can't stop him! Oh my god! Okay, that was not me. That wasn't me. Let the record show that was not me. If later we ever need a summon that we wasted in a previous level, we can go back to it and solve it with different summons. Even though water travel is valuable, there are a bunch of tricks we'll use later to get around it. 1-4 action. There's a button above Maxwell that he needs to press to open the gate the starlight is behind. Instead of flying up there to push something into the button, we'll just summon items with weird shapes to fall into it. It's probably too small, like the shoebox, to get in this easily at least. Oh wait, no, perfect angle! Yo, wait, that was sick. 1-5 action. The Starry is on a hill above Maxwell and stuck under a platform. I usually try to clear levels with as few summons as possible, and I've got some that can solve this level on their own. Summons that hook onto things from a distance and pull them back like fishing rod can pull the box down to give us enough height to jump to the starlight and pull it out of the hole for the win. That's the plan anyway. Now that's thinking with portals. Oh wait! Hold on! Wait, hold on. The biggest strategy in the entire game was just found? What? Oh man. Oh man, I love this game, man. That's why I had to do this challenge. An alternate solution worth mentioning is Tractor Beam pulling the Starlight out of the hole, and by continuously moving it with Maxwell's omnipresence, we can keep adjusting it so it falls down to him. One 6 action. The Starlight is, shockingly, behind a gate. The catch with this level is that by pulling the lever way above Maxwell's spawn, another gate closes behind him and blocks the path back to the Starlight. In order to get back, Maxwell would need a digging item to open an alternate path back, is what I would say if I was lying. There are a few objects that can flip levers for us. Many electrical objects do just that, but most of them don't for some reason. It's strangely inconsistent. There are also some people who can pull levers, is what I would say if I was lying. There's actually only one person who can. Engineer. Sure, other words like mechanic work too, but look closely at them. You might notice that they're the exact same person. That's why I have another rule, where I can't summon synonyms of words I already use that spawn the same thing. Otherwise, I could use the same object in my no reusing objects challenge. This level already ran me out of people who can flip switches, and I want to save as many electrical objects as possible. So I tried to find an alternate solution without digging or electricity. And in my search, I found one of my favorite solutions in this entire challenge: elevator. While testing out various items, I accidentally discovered elevator's best property. It's treated as a background object, meaning it'll let us fall through the gate. This may look weird, but it's not even a glitch. Some items like trees and sun are treated as background objects, and elevator is too, for some reason. So now all we have to do is find a way up there and back down with a single elevator. I haven't mentioned this yet, but I can't summon multiple copies of the same item on the same attempt of a level. This confused some people, and I think that's because when you're gold starring a level, you actually can summon a million apples if you really wanted to, but after clearing that attempt, you'll be locked out of summoning it for other solutions. I bring this up now because elevator has another rare property. It can't be rotated with L and R like most other items can when you're holding them with the stylist. If the elevator never rotates, it won't be able to beat the level alone since we can't get up to the lever's platform. We'll just need to get creative. By placing it on the edge of a platform, it will start to fall over. Pick it up while it falls to the left to angle it so we can move it to Maxwell and make it exist again in front of him so it gets stuck on his platform and he rides it up. The way down is going to be tricky since we have to angle it back up right. Keep dropping it and picking it back up on the edge of a platform again to make small adjustments until our ride is ready and clear the level. One 7 action. The Starry is behind a tornado that blocks the only path. This is the first tricky no summon clear. There's a small opening when the tornado is to the right where we can maybe get whooshed into the top opening to fall in front of it. With a little bit of skill, luck, and also this took like 20 minutes, I finally did just that. Oh hey, hi, it's me from the future. So I was rewatching the video to make sure everything was all good for the final upload, and I noticed I accidentally do the double jump glitch in the successful attempt. So that's how easy it is to do by accident, because I didn't even notice when I did the level. So I tried for a little bit doing the level without the double jump glitch, and no success so far. It's a lot harder, but I think it still might be possible without it. So by the next video, I'll let you know. Anyway, bye, or hi, keep watching the video. 1-8 action. The starry is under a wooden platform and attached to a rope. By moving or destroying the wooden platform, the starry will fall into the water and be guarded by barracudas, which will attack Maxwell. If you like no summon clears, then you'll love this. Instead of summoning something to break the platform, we'll simply push it so it falls into the water with the starlight. We can't swim down to the starlight, but since it's attached to some rope, we can pick up the rope before it sinks to pull it to us. Maxwell loves the no summon clears. Do something with the rope? Okay. Alright, wait, we kinda unlocked something major here. So, this is why I chose to believe I was right the whole time. What's he doing? What the heck? One 9 action. Dig or break some ice to open a path to the starlight, but be careful of falling into the void when trying to reach it. Obviously, we'll choose to break the ice. At first, I thought we needed fire to melt it, so I wasted some fire items I got back later for levels that actually need valuable and limited fire summons. Instead, use any item that can attack, but not a good weapon that does actual damage, since we'll need those later too. Spoon works just fine here. Then it's a matter of jumping over the bear and doing a tricky jump into the wall to bounce off of it and into the starlight. 1-10 action. The starry is behind a tripwire that by triggering makes it fall into a hole Maxwell would need to dig or swim to get to. So instead of all that noise, why not simply not trigger the tripwire? We can't cut it, but we can cheese it with teleportation. That may sound like it comes from a valuable item, but this is actually something we can do with anything we can ride, like a vehicle or animal. When we press ride, Maxwell will move to the object until he's close enough and teleports to wherever he sits. On a big enough object, this will teleport him to the other side of the tripwire. Of course, I was still using bad vehicles, so this happened. You know what? I think that is funny enough to just keep. What do you guys think? We also use the alternate solution, Tornado, to blow the starlight to Maxwell. Alright. I mean, it worked. Like, I guess we'll use it for now. (111) action. The starry is on a gate Maxwell needs to open with a button so it'll fall down. But it will land on spikes and get destroyed if he doesn't do something to help it. This is a weird level because theoretically any object that can push the button, so most of them, can solve this one by itself. You just need to open the gate in a way that gets the starlight stuck between it and the wall, causing it to bounce left or right. Contrary to popular belief, I don't hate myself enough to do that extremely precise trick 4 times. I do hate myself enough to use an object to push the button, and as soon as the starlight starts falling, move that item above the spike to make the starlight bounce off of it, however. Maxwell's awful controls make this worse, because he can't move while he's not on screen. Be prepared to press his face icon on the top left of the screen to focus it on him again, and quickly move to the starlight. (1-1) puzzle. Puzzle levels are different from action levels because the starlight doesn't start on the map. Instead, it's summoned by fulfilling certain conditions like how we needed to give the chef food before. This one requires Maxwell to summon 2 things that a policeman, chef, firefighter, or doctor holds. Even though this requires 2 summons, it's actually an ideal puzzle level since we can just give them items we'll never need, like a stethoscope. 1-2 puzzle. Oh, I think this one's an easy no objects, if I remember correctly. I think you can just jump up to this and pick it up. Huge puzzle right there. To be fair to this level, I think this doesn't work in the original game with stylus controls, since you can't make Maxwell jump anytime. One 3 puzzle. Maxwell needs to ride something, and that thing needs to make a jump from the hill past the barrier. Interestingly, it needs to be a vehicle that can move on its own. Otherwise, Wagon would have been sick. Oh! Are you telling me that didn't... You're telling me that didn't count? I guess we'll just take bad vehicles like skateboard if we have to. One 4 puzzle. Maxwell needs to summon 3 farm animals for the farmer. This is another easy puzzle level, almost like this is the first world of the game or something. Farm animals are actually pretty good though, since we can ride many of them, so we save better summons by spawning baby versions of farm animals when we could. One 5 puzzle. A man in the desert requires Maxwell to spawn a water item. I originally used Oasis, a summon that just replaces ground with water. Little did I know, we'll actually need all summons of that type. So the funniest solution ended up being Fishbowl. One 6 puzzle. Alright, this one we just need to get the cat down. Here we go. Alright. I was thinking I might need to summon something, but yeah, that was just a perfect jump. That works. One 7 puzzle. Cut the tree down. Just destroying it doesn't work. I tried. The cool solution was summoning a beaver to chop the tree down itself. One 8 puzzle. Get rid of the trash. As tempting as burning the park with a flamethrower is, restrain yourself. For now, we can just pick up the trash and fly to put them in the trash can for an easy no summon clear. One 9 puzzle. Knock down all the bottles without jumping into them. I tried solving this without summons for like 30 minutes, and I'm happy to report that I'm an idiot. So this was another one we were trying to beat without summoning anything. And so I feel pretty dumb, because the solution is pretty easy. So I'm just gonna do it live, because you can't grab like the one in the corner, right? But watch this. Yeah. That's all you have to do. That's literally it. Because if you jump, you basically lose a level there. One 10 puzzle. Don't let the ants eat the sandwich for a while. We can just grab the sandwich for an easy no summons clear. One 11 puzzle. Put the 3 flowers on the map into the basket and bring it near the florist. The flowers near the tree and in the water can easily be picked up without summons. The only issue is getting the flower above the water that even the double jump glitch can't reach. But picking up the beehive leads to some interesting results. Here, I'm just gonna do the double jump thing, just to show you guys this. If I can get it. So this is what happens when you pick up the beehive. In case you're wondering what happens when you pick up the beehive, this is what happens. So it's pretty good. We'll need a damage boost from the bee's attack to reach the beehive, which is annoying since the direction we get pushed is random. But it being right at the start for quick resets keeps it from being too annoying. We're going to need access to the water without getting killed by the piranha, so pick it up and quickly drop it on land before it kills you, as we already took damage from the bee. I noticed the piranha had an animation that looked like it was taking damage from being out of water, but after a few minutes it was still alive. So I left for a few more minutes, and when I came back it was dead. Well, I'll be right back. Wait, no way, is it dead? With the water safe, we can now move the tree around and try to find the perfect angle to reach the last flower. Scribblenauts has weird physics when objects are placed diagonally. Most of the time, a diagonal object will just have Maxwell phase through it, preventing it from being used as a platform. We need an angle that lets Maxwell walk on the tree and is high enough to reach the flower, which took a while to find but eventually worked, meaning this level can surprisingly be beaten without any summons. I think I'm the first person to discover this as far as I can tell, and there are a lot more levels that I think I'm the first person to discover can be beaten without summons, so I hope you like finding these weird solutions as much as I do. Two 1 action. The Starry is in a box and under sand. Maxwell needs to dig to get to it. Fortunately for me, the game forgot its own premise again. It placed a shovel in the level. The dog attacks you if you pick it up, but I... pet it until it stopped. Easy, no summon clear. 2-2 action. The Starry is under dirt and has explosives around it that can destroy it if Maxwell isn't careful. There's no shovel already there to save us from using a digging item this time, but that doesn't mean I have to use one. Explosives also remove sand and dirt. They're less valuable than items like shovel since explosives are one-time use, and the radius of the explosion might be too small to even help us beat the level. Some explosive items require fire to explode, but all the ones I summon here can be detonated by Maxwell. We need to push the box that's stuck down the pit we're exploding since it will trigger the other explosives and destroy the Starite. Pushing the left box all the way to the left consistently worked. We can even use it as a platform to reach the Starite. Two 3 action. There are two paths to the Starite. The direct path will have the gate close if Maxwell gets too close to it. The upper path will require summoning items to reach it and breaking items on the way down to sneak behind the Starite. Both paths have cops who want to kill this child. The two paths appear to require summons, but while testing things out, I found a weird interaction. Oh, wait, hold on. When he killed me, that shot me forward. If he kills me and I pick up the Starite at the same time, that could actually work. Dang it. He really just kills Maxwell, huh? Hold on, hold on. Let's go! That actually works! Dude, no way that works! Oh man, what the heck? I love this game. It's a good game. Two 4 action. The Starite spawns near Maxwell, but he needs to flip a lever to open the gate it's behind that's guarded by bombs. We have the option to use electrical items again, but I decided to use flying items instead. Even though they're valuable as well, there are many more of them than electrical items that flip levers. We use flying items that can fit under these gears and that don't have passenger seats, as there are levels where we'll want NPCs to ride with us. We'll need to be extra careful of bombs, since we can't just summon another copy of an object they destroy, but it's still a quick and easy level. Two 5 action. The gate won't open until Maxwell summons a vehicle. We'll choose to summon vehicles that don't have motors like a wagon, since those require other summons to be useful. We can either use the vehicles as a platform to reach a Starite, or get good and make the jump to grab it. Two 6 action. The Starite is behind gates that multiple levers in the level interact with. We'll avoid electricity again and use bouncy summons instead. These are pretty limited, but bounce us high enough in levels where flying items would be overkill. Normally, pulling the bottom lever would open the path to the starlight, but lock you in and force you to fly around the other way to reach it. But I'm dumb. Can't be that one because... Hold on. Unless I game. Gotta like leave as soon as you can with that. Oh, it's easy. Easy game. The game is too easy for me. They should make it harder. Okay, wait, no! Yeah, this time I used him to my advantage. How about that? "2-7 action. Enemies, that's actually what these people are called, will attack Maxwell if he gets near where they're defending the starlight that's attached to the rope above. If we can steal one of their guns, we can use it to break the rope without summons. We need to get lucky at the start and have the enemy with the bazooka not die when they shoot the tank. That allows you to get past them with another lucky jump, bait the next shot into the enemy with the gun that also kills the one with the bazooka, and use 2 of the 3 gun shots on the enemy with the sword to kill them. Yeah, for some reason guns have infinite ammo when anybody else uses them, but when Maxwell uses them, they only have 3 bullets at most, and some only have 1. With all these precise steps done, we'll have 1 shot at the rope to make the starlight fall down to us. "2-8 action. Welcome to hell. I'm not going to bother explaining what you're supposed to do because we don't do that. To save a fire summon plus a flying or digging summon, I'll be doing the worst thing I've ever thought of. Some objects can move the starlight, like Fan Tool or Tornado, but actually most objects can move the starlight, just really, really, really slowly. That's right, you can nudge the starlight with almost anything. Thankfully for my sanity, this isn't helpful for most action levels since you can't nudge the starlight through a gate. But if it prevents me from using a valuable summon, then I've got no excuse not to spend 30 minutes moving the starlight pixels to the left every once in a while. Yup, it's not even consistent. Most of the time, dropping an item on the starlight just results in the item falling off the starlight and the starlight not moving at all. Different items with their different shapes and collisions make every single nudge different from another one, so this is actually the worst thing ever. I consider knowing this is possible an info hazard, but only for people doing this exact challenge. Yes, it's possible! Oh no, it's possible. The first time I did this was with a sword, since to reach the location where the starlight drops after nudging it, we need to break the cracked wooden platform. Then an alligator will attack us. And in case you were wondering, yes, swords can destroy the starlight if you nudge it wrong. Wait, did it take damage from the handle? Is it... So it can... It just takes damage every time it's hit by anything? What? But I realized after beating this with a sword that we can save weapon summons by placing any holdable object in the construction worker's hand so they drop their drill, which can break the wooden platform. Instead of fighting the alligator, we can lure it all the way to the left and jump over it. By getting far enough away, it won't follow us anymore. Then just remove what we gave the construction worker and start nudging the starlight. I still hate this level, but at least that was kinda cool. "2-9 action. Maxwell needs to gain height and get through the large ice layers. From there, he can choose to either get through fire with water or pressing buttons to turn the fire off, or digging. You'll never guess which one we pick. The buttons are both in an awkward spot to hit, especially the button on the ceiling, which would usually get pressed by jumping down there and having Maxwell hit it, or by using an item to blow something into it. But I'm about to blow something else. Your mind. Flying animals can hit these buttons, which is especially good with non-rideable animals. Having them do so is a little finicky, but anything that moves around in this game while not being influenced by something else always moves left twice, then right twice, which is done to tether them to the area they're supposed to be. So we can move the bird in a way that it will always attempt to hit the button. To get up to the fires, we'll be using buildings, which are useful for gaining a lot of height in combination with another item to get on top of them. Vehicles and rideable animals are also great for gaining height thanks to teleporting into them. Although needing to be close to them for the teleport to happen makes it awkward at times, and we usually need vehicles to start falling for the angle to reach them to be right. However, the golf cart has Maxwell enter it low enough that for that solution, I didn't need a weapon to break the ice and could teleport through it instead. This doesn't work with other vehicles I tried this with, but we don't need a good weapon to break the ice. We'll do another small teleport to reach the fires. Weirdly, the bottom button turns off the middle fire permanently, while the other button only turns the other two fires off when pressed. So we'll hit the bottom one with the bird first, and then move it to the other button to get through. One last small teleport will get us to the starlight. .210 action. The starlight is attached to a truck near a gas station that Maxwell can reach by detonating the explosives under it, but the starlight will be destroyed if he doesn't move it. We can summon a person into the car who will drive away since they're scared of the mutant, give them something to really be scared about, then we just need to summon something else for height, ideally something bad like Lighthouse to reach the starlight. .211 action. They're all gonna try to kill us because of course Maxwell naturally is imprisoned for his crimes against humanity. However, they accidentally put him in the prison cell with the lever to open the door. Maxwell is in a prison cell. By opening the gate, he'll get attacked by the other prisoners, and by opening the other gate, he'll get attacked by the police. We use monsters to kill everyone else on the map, in self-defense. Preemptively. Most summons wouldn't be able to fight so many people before dying, but there's a trick we can do to give them the advantage. We just pick them up to avoid attacks and make them exist again after dodging. We can safely pull all the levers now and use another summon to give us extra height needed to reach the starlight. .2-1 puzzle. Break the piñata. The objective doesn't say we can't ruin the kid's birthday party, so just throw his gift at it until it breaks, along with his new video game. .2-2 puzzle. Give the kids candy or scare them. I think this one's also no objects, because I tested this one out, and it's like they're like, hey, trick or treat, and then you can just be like, trick. And there you go. .2-3 puzzle. Summon something the teacher wants in their classroom. Another puzzle level, we can summon typically useless things like a student. Sorry if you're a student, I guess. .2-4 puzzle. Help the patient see. We can use bad objects again, which is especially true with cosmetic items like glasses. .2-5 puzzle. Dress the mannequin with 3 clothing items. Admittedly, my own description of the objective is a little misleading, because there's a pretty consistent trick you can do in puzzle levels that checks for a certain condition to be met multiple times. Like how putting a hat, shirt, and pants would count as meeting the 3 clothing item requirement. Right? Can't be the order. Oh, it's stupid. The level's dumb. It's just you put that much things on it? Okay, hold on. The level's dumb. By putting a spacesuit on once, that counts as 1 clothing item. But by taking it off and putting it back on, that adds another clothing item to the check without getting rid of the first check. This lets us put the same item on 3 times to beat the level with 1 summon. 2-6 puzzle. Put a ball in the goal. No cool tricks here, just balls and cheating at whatever sport uses a volleyball and soccer net. 2-7 puzzle. Clean 2 things. You're supposed to clean up the spill and banana peel, but we can do the same trick as before by putting the banana peel into the vending machine twice to clear the level without a summon that can clean the spill. 2-8 puzzle. Put a fruit, a vegetable, and a beverage found in the level inside a container and pay for them. Paying for them is easy because Maxwell can literally print money, but also there's a coin in the cash register that counts as paying. As for containers, they're actually a pretty valuable item type, but most of them have no special property to meaningfully differentiate them from another, so we just summon some normal containers to beat this one. 2-9 puzzle. Wake up the boy and feed the girl. Most foods don't wake the boy up by throwing them at him, but if it's large enough or spiky enough, it will. Then we can give the girl the food we just threw at her brother. 2-10 puzzle. Give the chef a hot meal, something to drink, and a sweet treat. Turning on the oven counts as a hot meal for some reason, so I wanted to find an item that would count as both a drink and a sweet treat. Hot chocolate doesn't count as a sweet treat because, along with most other things, that should work. Milkshakes count as both. My favorite solution is summoning chocolate as a sweet treat and cooking it on the oven to become hot chocolate, which does actually count. 2-11 puzzle. Kill all the rats, but don't hurt the dog. Easy enough, I'd never do that. We can get rid of all the rats on the bottom by putting them in the oven, but the rat above us requires a summon. We can use some relatively specific ones like Exterminator to kill it. Thanks for watching. I was originally going to make this one video, but then the script was over 3 hours long, so I didn't. And that's the whole story. If you like this video, let me know by liking, commenting, subscribing, and all that good stuff, so I know you want to see the next part sooner. If not, Elden Ring, no health, magic, or stamina might be next instead. So now what?